Say you want to have a blog post with punctuation or other special characters in the post title. But you might have noticed that the post title is generated automatically from our file name when we put it into the posts array. And file names can only have hyphens and underscores aside from letters and numbers. To do this, we have to add some extra data to the posts array. There's an example on the top line here, and I'll explain to you what this means. Add a comma, and the second value after the comma is going to override the normal process that generates the post title from the file name. Just like it says over here, we're going to use the encode URI function. Code uses a lot of special characters to mean certain specific things, and so we need to use encoding and decoding to make it all work properly. Within here, we'll use some quotes and put a different title for our post that uses punctuation or special characters. How about Marina's #1 post? Now save and head back over to my first post and refresh the page. You'll see that it's now updated to Marina's #1 post. The other tricky thing that can happen is, what if I want to use quotation marks in my post title? It confuses the code because I'm using quotation marks to try to enclose the entire post title, so it's breaking it up, as you can see by the way the code is colored. In this case, we have to use a backslash. The backslash is an escape character in JavaScript, meaning that it'll make these quotation marks act just as text, instead of sending a message to the code. Now save, refresh the page, and here we have our quotation marks in our post title. Why did I use double quotes here, but single quotes in the example? Well, the truth is, you can use either one, as long as you're being consistent. Just pay attention to what's happening with the coloring of the code, and it should all make sense. Here's a situation that might arise not in your JavaScript, but in your HTML. Say you wanted to write, "I love the p tag," but you wanted to include the arrow brackets. If you just include them, the HTML will get confused because it thinks you really mean to start a new paragraph. Let's do a web search for escape characters HTML. And let's click on this link. Here are some examples of characters that we need to escape in HTML. Less than becomes and LT semicolon, and greater than becomes and GT semicolon. Let's try this out. Here, now we can say, "I love the p tag," and it'll show up to the reader. Here's another example. I just used 2 hyphens here, but what I really want is an M dash. How do we get an M dash to appear? We can use a special code for that as well. So we do and the letter M dash, semicolon, save, and let's refresh the page. And now we have an M dash. Use web searches to find which codes to use for which special characters.